Good morning, everyone. Welcome back on Weekly Crypto Review. Well, I'm Paul J from Crypto Traders Arena. We should start a new week. Ugly developments all around, but the crypto market is holding pretty nicely. Morning, everyone. Morning, Bukur. Hey, Andrei. Hey, Easy. So, repost, share, like if you want. I think the best is to start with weekly charts. Let's go and review what we have there. Not too many things changed from the last weekly crypto review, but it's good to see where we are. And then we can go lower time frame, and maybe frame some setups. So, starting with Bitcoin. Well, we closed last week pretty nicely, exactly in the support and resistance level. Looking left, nothing unusual. Normal price action here. Everyone will call a breakout or a breakdown or a... Well, let's play the range. Now, what is dangerous about 69 is that you don't know if it will go up or down. Everyone thinks, well, we'll go down. Too many bad news. Well, just look around and you'll see what happened yesterday. Everyone was saying, well, at the opening, well, the market will go down. Definitely. Well, opened with a gap and closed the gap already on ES. So, weekly close exactly in 69 level. Important level. Probably will stay here for longer. Staying here means we can go at 60 or we can go at 80. It's that simple. So $10,000 above, $10,000 below, nothing unusual to happen here. And keep in mind this weekly chart will take some time until we'll decide the direction, the real direction from here, from the previous all-time high. I know everyone wants, well, let's do a breakout. No, let's do a breakdown. No. Look left, people. I know, yeah, a lot of technical analysis. Well, this time is different. Yeah, okay. But the price is proving me something else. Price is showing me that this is an important level. I should pay attention and I should not expect to get outside of this range too easily. Well, TA or not TA, support and resistance is the simplest way to see the market. And on higher time frame, look at the level, look left, see how important it was. Now, that being said, $10,000 above, $10,000 below, on lower time frame, specifically 1 hour and lower, we can still make some money. Because definitely here, an investor or a position trader, nothing. You'll not find a setup in this small range for a position trader. And if the market will stay longer, just look at this one. A position trader could do something in this environment? No. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. We can look at Bitcoin on CME also on weekly chart to see what we have. Yeah, the chart looks a bit different, but we are at the same level. We have a gap here to fill exactly in 69. So like I said, don't expect the market to reject immediately and go down. Everyone is kind of bearish these days. Well, when everyone is going in one direction, guess what? Market will go in the other way. Looking left, yeah, in the past, 69 was behaving like a really strong resistance. Probably now we'll do a fake out, maybe test 72, who the fuck knows, or even 70 to close the gap, and then we can go lower and test the lows. Indicators on weekly, nothing special. We have confirmed, let's see if it's confirmed, yeah. We have a confirmed MACD divergence here. Look at it. Low, neckline, higher low, and we closed above the neckline. So here we have a MACD bullish divergence on weekly chart. Nothing on RSI, nothing on OBV at the moment. Market is holding here pretty nicely, yes, for the moment. I have a reason to think long? No. I don't have a reason to, let's say, put a weekly trade here. No. Well, that being said about Bitcoin, let's take a look at Ethereum on CME. Similar, trying to form a bottom here. Big gaps above. So I could see the price pumping from 2000 to 3000 here to close this gap. Keep in mind it's weekly chart. We can stay and consolidate this bottom for months. Even take the lows and push lower. You can see the next levels I'm waiting for Ethereum to test. We are trying, like I said, we are trying to form a bottom. If that vision or that idea with Bitcoin forming the bottom, that analysis forming the bottom in October, well, that means Ethereum will form the bottom after October. That means we'll stay here. Maybe we'll pump in the dump chaser zone. We'll stay here. We'll test some lows before we'll form the bottom. Okay, so thinking this, if this is real and this will happen, Ethereum will take a long period of time to form a bottom. First we'll have Bitcoin and then we'll form a bottom on Ethereum. So I don't see any hurry to do anything. Anyway, looking at support and resistance levels, I think we know what we are doing. We are still fighting $2,000. That's a support and resistance level, important level, big fat round number. I think we'll stay here for a long period of time. So arm yourself with a lot of patience, arm yourself with a lot of range setups, and try to make something about this range on lower time frame, of course. Anticipating breakouts, anticipating the next bull market from this moment or from spring of 2026, I don't think it's a fucking good idea. I already see some people, well, the bottom will do this and we should prepare for the next 4 years. Well, I think it's a bit too early, in my humble opinion. Let's wait for a proper bottom to form. Let's give the market time to form a bottom. And this time, play the range game on lower time frame as low as you can. Your skills will let you go. And wait. Nothing to do on higher time frame. Everyone wants, well, the next bull market. Well, we just finished the last one. And was a pathetic one, to be honest. Except Bitcoin, nothing else did something special. Nothing. Now, if you know how to play on lower time frame, okay. If you don't know, we can teach you. But if you don't want to learn and you don't know, stay out. Wait for that bottom to form. You can dollar cost average Ethereum at $2,000? Slowly, really slowly, yes. Any price below 2,800 in my opinion is that, yeah, it's okay to dollar cost average, at least for me. For you, I don't know, maybe you want below 1,000. Slowly we can accumulate Ethereum, but I'll be more than happy to accumulate more at 1,500 and lower. Okay, now let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance, which is not doing anything. Look at it. In the same fucking place. And we bounced yesterday and on dominance. Bitcoin pumped to 69, but altcoins didn't do anything. And you can see that on dominance. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. I don't think this level will hold, but doesn't matter what I think. For the moment, we are fighting 003 level. Look at it. We are trying to form W's, breakout, retest. I don't know if we'll do anything special. The best case scenario for me is pumping here and then dumping lower in the long reload zone. This level will not be untested, or this level in 78.6. We can pump first? Yes. It will be a bull market? No. It will be just a dead cat bounce. This is a fake out for some people to make an exit, for some people to make some money, and then we'll collapse back down. Again, that's my humble opinion. I don't know what will happen next. Total market cap, nothing to do here. 2 trillion, it's a must, seems like. No clear W on weekly, no nothing. Let's take a look at traditional market a little bit on higher time frame. Look at ES on weekly. Hopefully, all of you that are participating in traditional market, you hedged your portfolio here at the top. Now, the next level to play is this short reload zone. If you are lucky enough to get there, that will be a nice, in my humble opinion, that will be a nice opportunity to short again, to add to your short, to hedge again, or to do something. So pay attention. If the market will come back up here, that will offer an exit for a lot of people. Targets for lower, well, this was the first house level, second is here, close to 6,000. Then the long reload zone, it's around $5,500. It's possible for us to dump here? Well, yeah, we have a gap here. It's possible to retest this V bottom? Yes, probable even. You know that usually the V bottoms get retested. Is that simple, people? Well, I don't see too many people active. What happened? Let's see how many people repost this one. Come on, people. You can do better than that. You can do a lot better than that. If you appreciate what we are doing here, you can do your part and repost. No? Holidays? Yeah, I know that they have the holidays, but I still see 67, 70 people watching. So if 70 people are watching this live stream and I see 32 reposts, that means more than 50% of them, they don't give a fuck about what I'm trying to to say here. Or they don't give a fuck about my request. Come on, people. Help us out to be more visible. Our plan is to grow slowly with quality people. We don't want to be the biggest. We want to be the best, but we need people to select from. So if 100 people will try to join, we'll select 10. And from those 10 people, if one member will become, I don't know, a gladiator, that's a fucking big win. Bear market? Well, it's just the beginning, Emmanuel. Just the beginning. So come on. Help us out with some likes, some reposts. Let's go back on ES for the moment. So that's my idea about ES. Yeah, we dumped, we created some YAMs, we had some bearish divergence. If the war will be over and everything will cool off and everything will be nice and shiny and we'll hold hands and we'll sing songs, then yeah, we have a slight chance to push higher. If not, well, probably here and then lower. Let's see what will happen. Gold. Gold is everywhere. If you remember, I said here, we had a fib from here and I said short reload zone here. It's a good idea to hedge, to short, to don't think we'll go higher. We dumped, we created a new low here. Now we are bouncing back where? AB equals CD is pointing out here at $5,000. In my mind, in my scenario is that gold will pump here and then we'll slowly dump back down. But Who am I to tell the gold market what to do? I'm nobody. Just a stupid trader blabbing away on YouTube. And by the way, I'm not even trading gold. I'm a crypto guy. So that's my view about gold. I think it's a must to touch $5,000. What will happen from there? For me, in my mind, high chances are to reject and go back down. Everyone says, no, we'll go to the moon. Well, let's wait and see, people. Let's wait and see. Silver, weaker than gold. No. If silver was outperforming in the past, now it's not outperforming anymore. Now silver is weaker and will probably stay like that for some time. Mr. Oil, look at it. Back above 100, 110. I told you don't fuck around in the middle of the range. You don't know what will happen. Well, we are close to this SFU level. If we'll accept above this level, that level, everyone will think $200. It's possible, yes, it's possible. As we saw oil negative, we definitely could see similar on the other side. Yeah, so could get really expensive. Yes, you can. Could make new all-time highs. Yes. This is kind of war we have now. Is that kind of war that will produce a new all-time high on oil? They are intending to do that. Also, yes. They want to reset everything. Yes. People still think that one guy is to blame for everything. Well, it's up to them. People still think that, well, because this happened. No, they had this plan for a long period of time. If you know what I'm talking about, there are even some books written, I don't know, 4 years ago about this. That book is like a plan. It's telling you what will happen. If you look in other books, a lot older, you'll see the same. So, and I don't believe the official story, people. I just don't. For me, it's impossible to believe the official story because at small level, I know how the official story goes, who writes the story. At the big level, I saw that is the same and even worse. Official story is for public, and that's it. Behind the official story is something else. Always, not sometimes, always. Public doesn't get the truth. Anyway, let's go and look one more time on Bitcoin. People were fighting 69. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not say that anything else is happening. No, we are fighting this level and arm ourselves with a lot of patience because we can stay here for a long period of time. Of course, we can SFU the lows. Of course, we can go lower. Of course, we can bounce all the way up to 80. Of course, we can do that. But market is proving us week by week that 69 is fucking important. I don't know why people don't get this idea. It's like a magnet. Think about that. Arm yourself with a lot of patience. Don't expect the price to go to the moon or to go below a specific level. Play the range game on lower time frame and make some money. That's why you are here, hopefully. Say what, Sensor? Can you go and fuck off and bother someone else? Not us. If you don't like the content, why don't bother someone else, man? Go to your moon boys, go there, do money with them, take trades, do whatever you want. Why you bother us? Why do you bother us? Goodbye. Come on. Okay, now I expect, to be honest, people like Sensor, or how the fuck is named, will be more and more and more. Yeah. In the bear market, they will realize, a lot of them, they will realize that indeed the bull market is over. They'll never recover the money, and there will be more and more people like him trying to blame everyone else. Everyone is guilty, just not them. Sorry, people, but nothing I can do for your money, for your portfolio. I was yelling here at the top, telling you to hedge your portfolio. Now, if you come and put ugly comments on my YouTube channel and put comments that I'm begging for likes, well, we're a small community here, and I'm asking for likes for my community, not from someone that is outside our community. If you don't like it, please leave a dislike and get the fuck out. Don't let the door hit you in your ass. It's that simple. We are not selling PDFs here. We are not telling, well, we'll go to the moon. If you didn't listen to me at the top of the market, please don't listen to me now. Go away. Okay. But yeah, indeed, I'm expecting more people like him. They are pathetic because they don't take the blame for what they did, and they'll try to find someone else to blame. If they consider that a guy like me should be blamed, I'll let my community judge me. Yeah, I'll let the entire Crypto Traders Arena community judge me and tell me, well, you are stupid. If my community says, well, Paul, you don't give us anything of value, then yeah, okay. That will affect me. That will make me, well, let's find a better way to help them. But if an outsider comes and don't get me that I'll be upset because you put an ugly comment there. Feel free to make a new account and come back again tomorrow. I'll do the same. Okay, you got too much attention, man. So, go away. That's Bitcoin here, fighting 69 over and over again. That's my stupid thinking. Look at it. Look left. You can tell me that this time is different, and yeah, I didn't put the logarithmic chart, and let's put logarithmic chart. Well, if I put logarithmic chart, it's still a support and resistance. Anyway, I was joking. I'm expecting market to stay maybe the same amount of time. And that will be nice to stay around here close to October and then to do the final dump. Possible, probable, is not 100%, but if the market will come back down here, come on, come back down here to 40 area in October, what do you think Paul J will do? I'll buy the shit of Bitcoin. Every time I'll have the chance, I'll buy a little bit more, a little bit more. I'll become a lot more aggressive on my dollar cost average on Bitcoin. I'll get my bags full of Bitcoin, and then I'll wait. But keep in mind, I'll buy as much Bitcoin as my plan allows me to, and I'll be okay if Bitcoin will go to zero. Not if it will go $10,000 low. I'll still be okay overall if Bitcoin will go to zero. I'm not greedy to, well, I'll buy at 40K. Let's see. October is not so far away. Couple of months. And these months will pass really fast. You can see how fast the time is going lately. Not everyone is waiting for that. Our community is waiting for 40K in October, Dimitri. The rest of the people, they'll call the bottom in immediately after they'll see a bounce above 69. If they'll see a bit of consolidation, they'll take the next W here immediately. And if the Bitcoin will dump to 50K in the summer, they'll call that a bottom. They'll call another bottom. When we'll reach this 40K level, they'll say it's over. When you see people around you, moon boys, people like our friend here, I just kicked out, telling you that it's over, Bitcoin will go to zero, you are close to the bottom. I don't hear that story anymore. Now I hear about bounces and yeah, the 4-year cycle is still on and probably will bounce. And when you hear the stories again, and by the way, if you want to do a study about the halvening. Look at halvening and the distance between halvening and the bottom every cycle, and you'll understand, Dimitri. I don't have all the studies here, but you can do it yourself. Okay, now Ethereum, if Bitcoin will form the bottom, then Ethereum will be here. We talked about the overview. I don't want to start over and over again. Now, let's look at the calendar first. Monday, 5 p.m. my time zone. That means in the New York session, we have PMI. Tomorrow, again, we have high impact news. Wednesday, FOMC minutes. That could move the market. If you noticed, even when Powell was speaking to a university or something, if he says something, the market will react. And what Powell is saying lately is not bullish at all. Well, let's wait and see. Thursday we have more news, and Friday we have Michigan consumer sentiment, core inflation, inflation rate. That will move the market most likely. At least produce a dark Powell candle. So the entire week is with news. I'm not talking about Trump and war, and that's a bonus for us to fuck around with our setups. But yeah, will produce volatility. When you have a range and you have a lot of news and you have a guy like Trump trying to fuck around with the market, what is the best setup to play? Over and over again. What is the best setup? I want someone from our community, from Discord, because you know our setup. Tell me what is the best setup to play. If you play only that's exactly easy. Exactly. If you play the SFU setup, is the best way to make money. You don't play anything else, only the SFU. If you miss that level, okay, that's it. You stay flat, you don't lose any money. But if you get a good SFU, that SFU has a high risk to reward, that SFU will probably produce a nice result, or will tell you get the fuck out really fast. So in this environment, our best friends are stop loss and SFU setup. It's that simple, people. And everyone from our community knows how to play an SFU setup. If you don't know, follow us, ask me in the live streams and I'll show it to you. I'll show you the SFU setup, how we are playing on lower time frame on YouTube. Most likely not. But if you are already in Discord, you will see me posting SFU setups even for the public, even for the free members of Discord. Last week I give you the best setup possible, the best setup of the week. I posted it on general chat for everyone to see and everyone to make money. And I saw that some of you took the trade. Okay. That being said about the news, let's go on lower time frame. There you go. 69 and something. That's the level. The setup I was talking about 5 minutes ago is this setup here. Anyway, that setup is gone. I closed 80% here at the Monday low. Stop loss hit when we bounce back here at 69. What we can do now? What do you think is happening here? Rejecting? Accepting? It's a good idea to do anything here? Maybe we should wait for a SFU setup? People, I'm not here to tell you fancy setups and fancy names, and I'm here to try to find a simple solution to make money. So what is the best setup that works here? We know that works. We tested it. We have it in our journal. We know in a ranging environment where the volatility is big, SFU is the boss. I should play something else? No. I should play the SFU setup. Keep in mind, it's Monday. So if you get an SFU, play the SFU. If you don't get the SFU, probably the best solution is to wait until tomorrow to have the Monday high, Monday low, Monday range, and we have specific levels where we can play the range. Yeah? It's that simple. It's so hard to trade with what I just said? No. It's hard to respect what we just said. Well, we'll play only SFU setups. How many of you will be tempted to take other setups beside the SFU setup? How many of you will be tempted to take more than 0.5 or 1% risk per trade? How many of you will try to front run their own setups? How many of you will not respect the plan and after 3 losses in a row will stop trading? No, I'll recover, I'll revenge. That's the problem, people. Not because we don't know what to do or is not doable. Because we didn't learn to control our emotions. We didn't learn to be patient. We still have that mentality of a gambler. What if? What if we'll go there? What if we'll do that? What if you'll respect the plan? That's the best plan. To respect your own setups and your own plan. So if you want to do something nice, say, well, for this week, I'll play only SFU setups, only with 0.5 or 1%, depending on you. I recommend 0.5. And see how it goes. Well, my job for this week is not to make money. My job is to play SFU setups on Bitcoin with 0.5 risk and nothing else. And I'll focus on what I just planned. I don't care about anything else. Let's see what will be the result. And you'll see the results. The summer is coming. And I don't know, if you are more than 6 months with us, you know that summer is the best time to play the SFU setups, even on traditional market. Liquidity is getting thin and market makers will hunt the SFP levels. Anyway, we are rejecting again. London session will start in kind of half an hour, I think. Yeah, 25 minutes. Another SFU here. Could be a trigger, could be something. What we can do here? Play the SFU or wait for tomorrow to have the Monday range. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Weaker than Bitcoin from that point of view. Look at it. We are in the short reload zone here. We dumped, I said it's possible to have a AB equals CD all the way down here. Well, it didn't happen. We bounced, we made some W's. We are back at the highs. 2000 was a really nice support and it still is. Market hold that level. Do we believe the pumps from the weekend, people? Weekend pumps. We believe them. A weekend pump will be retested 90% of the time and will create most probably new lows. But give me a setup to short here. And the best setup will be in a session, people to say, well, market makers actually to SFU this level and then to dump. Why? They need to fill their orders, so they'll handle liquidity. Where we have liquidity? Let's search. Well, you don't have to use specific tools to find them. You know that most of the people will put the stop loss above this week high, no? So you manipulate the market there, you use that liquidity and then you dump. Simple strategy. They are using that for almost 100 years and it's still efficient, it's still working. Well, I know it's closed and probably tomorrow we'll have a lot more, but do you think some traders are up and running and trying to trade? I know the big ones are probably not even participating this entire week. The big players are not fucking around in this environment. They will go and hedge, they will go and do something, but You don't see them in the holidays. They respect themselves. By the way, I know a stupid trader that is trying to teach you every Friday and every Sunday and every Saturday is telling you the same thing. Weekend is for family, recharging, touching grass, doing something else, quality time with your family, stop trading. Every week I'm telling you the same thing. It's not as hard, people. Trade 5 days, stay 2 days out, recharge, do something else. What's the point to make a lot of money if you don't use that money and you don't live your life? Staying 5 days a week in front of your computer is not a way to live your life. It's tempting, I know it's tempting, it's addicting, I know that. I'm not an outsider that is telling you, well, maybe it's not a good idea. I'm not someone from outside telling you, well, don't do that, probably it's not good. I know because I'm here, I'm trading with you. I had the same problem. But when I had that problem, at least the market was moving. Now it's not moving. So not even logically, you don't have any point why you should stay in the weekend. To look at the chart, staying in the same place for 2 days, or doing an SFU, a dark maul, what you cannot trade. It's impossible to trade a dark maul candle. For what? Go, recharge, so you'll be able to take the trades in the week. For example, now you should be sharp and running. Well, if we'll SFU this level, okay. If we'll SFU the previous level, that will be a nice level to short and be able to take that trade when it comes. I'm not a financial advisor. I'll never be, and I don't intend to be one. So, I don't take credit for your wins. I don't take blame for your losses. You are the only one responsible for what you're doing. Okay? It's that simple. What I'm doing here, I'm just telling you what I do with my own money. If it's something to learn, okay, learn. If not, leave a dislike. Do an ugly comment. If you do an ugly comment, a nasty one, I'll probably kick you out. Anyway, I don't have time for haters. Sorry, people. Some will say, well, why? No, I don't have time for them. I don't consume my energy with them. Okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's take a look at higher time frame. 4 hour Aster. I don't think it's doing anything special. Look at it. After the dump here, CZ saying something and market pumping, that was the local top. Stefan even give you a short idea. I told you don't touch Aster because it's not okay. Look at it. Losing time and money just to... Tao. Fucking around above $300. For the moment, $300 it's a support. If we reach short reloads on SFU level, even on 1 hour chart, lower time frame, you can frame a short again. Here, it's looking kind of a AB equals CD with this W here, but is this a good location? Is this a bull market? So I'll say, well, I'll play the AB equals CD because it's, look at the setup, it's there. And indeed, the setup is there. But the environment is right. If it's not right, I'll ignore this W. I know it's possible to push at 1-to-1. And I'll short the fuck out of it if we'll come back up here. Usually I ignore totally the Tao chart because it's not the best one to trade. I don't talk about Tao because a lot of influencers will come and tell me that, well, it's not okay. I don't have time to argue with them. I'm not live streaming on YouTube to argue with influencers. I'm live streaming for YouTube to, I don't know, communicate easily with our community. I don't want to argue with the influencers. I don't have time, and it's not productive. I just don't do it. Hype. Some yams here formed. We can say this is still an uptrend. Well, yeah, we can say that, but we have an ugly yam here. So what I'll say something like this, people. Zoom out. If you zoom out, you'll see that it's a big fucking range. And in time, we'll probably test the lows here. Yeah, we'll probably test the lows once more. If we're lucky, we'll get another. You can see here. Look how clean it is. A, B, C, D. Usually the second attempt to do another CD, it's a trap. So we can do one more here in the short 3 low zone, maybe SFU this high. But that will be a shorting opportunity, people. Look at it. I'll just clone it so you can see it. Okay, this is AB. I'll just take this one. Can you see how precise it is? CD. Yeah, can you see? This should push all the way up in the shark level. But after 1, 2, 3 steps, what is next? If it will be a real move, we'll reach 78.6. If it will be a fake out, we'll SFU this level and we'll stumble here at 45. For a guy that wants to trade this one, will say, well, Paul, I want to trade this AB equals CD. Well, wait for a W. You don't have a W. Here you had a W for the A, B, C, D. Wait for a W. If you see a W on daily, then you can play this move up. Is the best setup? No. Why? I just told you. Could be a trap here. But if it will be a trap, I think if you get a small enough W, you'll be risk-free anyway at this SFU. So it's possible to play along, but the easiest trade will be to let the market pump and then hunt a short in the short 3 low zone. People don't expect market to go straight up or straight down. I see so many people, bad news, well, straight down. Doesn't work that way. Straight up, well, doesn't work that way either. Look at it. You had a AB, you had a CD, he's trying to do the same. Now here, you didn't have a clear M, now you have one. So it's possible to stumble even at $40 if Bitcoin will dump straight down in the long reload zone? Yes. But you have to have some work with scenario. If that will happen, what I will do, and make some plans and hunt some setups and make some money. You think if, for example, I'll predict the market, I'll say, well, A, B, C, D, market will go here. And the market will go there. Everyone will say, well, look at Paul. He called it. And I didn't took a trade. That helps me in any way? No. Helps me if I'm influencer. If I get one call right, I could brag about it for years. But as a trader, if I didn't took the trade here, well, it was just an opinion and sometimes I'm right. I put an article on Premium and even on general chat for all the Discord members, how you make the difference between real and fake, about between influencers and traders. Go and read that one. I made it specifically for you to see with different eyes. Enjoy. You'll understand better what is happening around you. Solana, lazy, weak. If we lose the AD area here, I showed you on higher time frame that we don't have support until $40. So extra careful. Nothing we can do here. Lower. Yes, on the daily. Let's go on 1 hour. We had a Monday range. We accepted clearly above it. Again, if you want to trade, I think SFU setups will be the best to play. No? Or we should wait for tomorrow. Now, everyone was bearish in the Twitter. Well, at the opening, when the futurist market will open and will dump like crazy. Well, not exactly true. Let's see tomorrow. Let's see tomorrow what will happen. Seems like he's lining up with a lot of things tomorrow to see what Trump is giving more time. The market will actually will open 100% tomorrow. Strange things are happening all around the world. Let's wait until tomorrow. We'll have some surprises in my opinion. Gold on lower time frame. Well, if you play the AB equals CD, you made money. Now here, I don't see a new setup, to be honest. No. Silver, lazy, ugly to trade on lower time frame, so no. So people, we like it or we don't like it. For higher time frame traders, nothing we can do. Or lower time frame traders, I told you over and over again, I'll say it again, play the range game, play the SFU setups. Shark is always a good idea if you see the range well respected. It's that simple. In the same time, it's hard. Why? Because 90% of people see only breakouts. Only breakouts. Well, I see a breakout. Breakout and retest. And actually, it's a fake out and back in the range. Open your eyes and see what happens. Why 90% of the people don't realize that is not a breakout and retest, it's a fake out and back in the range? Because they don't have a fucking journal. They don't log their trades. They don't have statistics. If they had statistics, well, every time I play the breakout and retest setup, failed, or 90 or 80% of the time. What I should do with that? But if you don't have the numbers, if you don't have the statistics, you still hope for the same thing over and over again. I prefer to see the fake out. Why? Because I have the probabilities work in my favor. I know that 70 to 80% of the time market is in a range. Every breakout should be treated as a fake out. And guess what? I'm profitable. Guess what? All our gladiators are profitable. Because we are not get drunk with clean water. We see what is in front of us and we try to make the best with it. By the way, 88 people in the live stream. How many people reposted that one? Let's see. Let's check again. 36 or more. Let's see. 45. Half of you reposted. Well, that's not bad. That's not bad actually. But the other half, you can do better. If this is begging for likes, well, so be it. I'm not begging for likes. I'm asking my community to repost, yeah? To repost so more people will see the live stream. Including some people like that guy. Including those people. Some of them will wake up early enough to recover, early enough to understand that that's not the way to trade, and some of them will become, from haters, will become traders. I don't think things, personally, I don't hate anyone, even if you put a ugly comment or you said something bad. What comes from your mind, from your mouth, is about you, is not about me. Sorry. I'm responsible for what I'm saying, for what I'm thinking, for what I'm doing. So if you say something nice, it's about you. If you say something bad, it's still about you. Okay? So why I should be upset? I'll remove you. I don't want your... I don't know. I don't want your mentality. I don't want your... I don't know how to say it in English. What he's right about is get better on my English. Yes, I'm trying over and over again. I learned all the English, the bad English you hear here in this live stream and over again on Discord. I learned it by myself without any, I don't know, teachings, or I didn't learn English in school. Everything I learned by myself. If it's good enough for you to understand what I'm saying, it's okay. I don't pretend that I'm really good at English. No, some words when I'm speaking, I realize they are wrong. I realize that I don't use English properly. I understand that. So yeah, half of the time he's right. I should get better at English. Savage, you have to understand. Negativity, the negativity, it's will affect you if you let it affect you. When you realize that that guy has a frustration, has something on his soul, he's upset about something. Probably he lost some money. Probably has a problem. Maybe his wife argued with him in the morning, and he tries to find a way to put what is inside him outside of him. You don't have a reason to be upset. You remove him, okay? You don't want to let him in your house. You don't want to let him in your mind. But you just remove him and that's it. We can talk about it. We can discuss if it's something to discuss. Most of you know my history. Most of you know where I worked. Do you think a hater could affect me? To be honest, I was working with them day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out, and I'm kind of immune to them. That doesn't mean I'll let them in our community. That doesn't mean I'll let them around us. No, it's not okay. Okay, people. So, if you have any request, something special, you can write in the chat. Well, I think we have more than 47. Acceptable, people. Acceptable. Thank you, all of you that reposted that. Hit the like button. So, let's go back on this chart. Let's zoom out a little bit on 4-hour chart. Let's see what we have, because we have some levels here. We are exactly at 69, as you can see on 4-hour chart. We have 3 Monday range. 2 weeks ago, last week, no, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, last week. Stepping down every week, you can see. Every week we had a week, we dumped down, we dumped down. Now we are trying to go sideways. Could be this week about sideways and violently flat, possible. If we get in the violently flat environment, that's only for SFU, but not even SFUs are not profitable enough. That's the ugliest environment, violently flat. If you get in that environment, you'll see how upset Stefan will be about that. That is his weak point. He'll just say, well, fuck it, I don't want to trade this, I'll stay out. And he's right. Yeah, violently flat, when not even the range is not big enough to make a profit, that's ugly. And we'll have those kind of environments this bear market, of course, we'll have it. And will be ugly to trade, yes. Again, arm yourself with a lot of patience. Arm yourself with more knowledge. Learn to trade. Learn to respect the risk management. Okay, I'm blabbing away too much. In 4 minutes, technically, practically no, but technically, London session should start. We know that actually will be closed. New York session, I think, will be a bit more volatile, but nothing special. What will move the market today is Trump. If Trump will say something, if Trump will do something, that will move the market. Doesn't matter that market is semi-closed. Okay, now, someone is hitting that like on the chat. That's Stefan or someone else. I don't see any questions. Most of the community got the idea that, well, shitcoins will not do too many things in this environment, and they are not asking about shitcoins anymore. That's good. Wait for weekly W's, people. Wait for weekly W's. If no more questions, we can call it a live stream. It's Blue AI, Algo. Let's take Algo. Algorand. Ah, there you go. What we should do here? This was a nice trap. SFU. It's not a W on daily. On weekly chart is not a fucking W. Let's put daily. So on weekly, we bounce from the bottom. Don't expect moon. Expect, I don't know, 1.5, 20 cents to reject. Sorry. Let's go on daily. Not even on daily we didn't have a proper W. So we had a sweep of the liquidity in up. Probably have some, they have some news. Chasing here is not a good idea. Shorting without an SFU or shorting without a clear setup is not okay either. So just, you are too late to this party. You look at this CM here. This could reject or could SFU. You don't know. You have an advantage here? No. If you play the SFU, but nobody plays that level. No. If you play this SFU here and you took a trade here, you are a champ. You are the best. You don't need my advice. If you didn't play that setup now, just leave it alone. Okay. Blue AI. Which one? Binance? That's Binance. Well, you should still be in a trade on this one. Look at it on higher time frame. People, it's a range. It's consolidating. It's trying to form a bottom, but the bottom is not easy to form. Usually, you'll create something like this, then all of a sudden, we'll SFU the lows. They will come back down here. We'll create weekly W's and then we'll pump. Will take time. Sometimes if you look at old shitcoins, they took years to recover. Years of staying in a small range, and then all of a sudden they sweep the liquidity to the downside. They took everything and then they pump like crazy. We are in that environment? I don't know. Okay. Well, let's call it a live stream, people. See you in Discord. The only way you can join Discord now is to subscribe. So if you want to, even you try to be a free member, I don't have time to babysit. You'll have to pay for premium for 1 month and then continue as a general member. But that premium month is telling me that you are serious. You are not just curious about, and you don't lose our time. Yeah. 1 month subscription is $30, nothing more. And then you can stay like a free member as long as you want, as long as you respect the conditions of the community and you don't fuck around with us. It's that simple. I don't have time to look at all the requests. I'm not okay to let the Discord free for everyone to join, because that will introduce a lot of scammers, a lot of bad characters. And honestly, I'm tired. I have 4 years of this shit. I'm tired of removing them, banning them. No, thank you. Too much effort. In this time, I could focus on finding setups. I could focus on making more money. I could focus on being more sharp, on posting the setups I take for the community. Why I should bother with scanning and removing and warning bad characters? No. It's 100% bulletproof? No. But 99% of scammers will not pay $30 to join. They'll say, no, it's not free. For them, $30 is a lot of money. We'll have bad characters? Probably. Someone could join just to try to do a nasty thing? Yes. So remember, crypto traders are in a team. Me, Stefan, we are not DMing you first. You can find us in the channels where we pinpoint, well, that's Stefan, you should DM him. We'll close. I think Stefan already closed the VIP registration. I don't know exactly, but definitely if he didn't close it already, VIP registration will close today. Feel free to reach Stefan and ask him. But definitely today we'll close the VIP. I think we have 2 or 3 places more for premium until we'll close again. I don't know exactly. I have to check. Okay. Again, arm yourself with patience. Remember that this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Protect capital is the first job of any trader. Make money is the second. Slow and steady. This is not a moon boy environment anymore. But it's still possible to make money. That being said, see you in the next one. Bye bye.